Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Planet Coaster with Zebu Nation. That's right, we are back at the Children's Nightmare Park. And to be honest with you, I didn't think we would ever come back here because I thought that this park had reached the point of no return. We were losing all kinds of money, all the rides were breaking down, the shops were going out of business, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I had to do a little debugging and let's start things up here. What I found out was that over here our two biggest rides, the longest ride here and Witch Mountain there in the background, they were both stuck, just sort of in a perpetual state of non-moving. So there were people on the boats on both rides, people on the boats, but the boats were just not moving. So when the boats didn't move, that meant the queue didn't move. And so just all these people you see here, they were just lined up in queue, just sitting there, doing nothing for days upon days. I don't know how they survived, but they did. But the problem is when you have so many people in a queue, then they're not out in the rest of your park. They're not out buying souvenirs. They're not out getting hot dogs. They're not out going to other rides. They paid their $20 to get on the longest ride, and they're just sitting there. So now that this queue is moving, well, in order to get rid of that, first of all, in case that problem happens to you, all I had to do was go up here. I had to close the ride or test the ride and then open the ride. And that fixed it. But the other thing that does is that refunded all the people in queue. It refunded them their money and shot them out the back end over here. So you can see there's still a bit of a re-queuing process going on here as more people are deciding whether or not to get on. They're coming over here, they're saying it's too expensive, and they're leaving, and whatever. But it cost me a lot of money to do that. It cost me like, I don't know, like $10,000 to just refund everybody all their money. So I ran the month ahead. I ran through the month of May completely, just sort of simulated it and got some funds back. So now we're back up here to $6,700, and that gives us room to do some stuff. As you can see, we got huge crowds now. You know, they're going over here looking at the longest ride, saying, that's too much. So they're coming over here now to the Witch Mountain and saying, oh, the queue's too long. So now they got nothing to do. They're just sort of wandering around. So we got issues. We got problems. And here's, all right, we're going to stop it there just so it doesn't go crazy with whatever. But here's what we got. We got, too many people on this side of the park with not enough to do. And then we got too much stuff on this side of the park with not enough people. Now, since that queue problem got fixed, the Apex Predator here has started to fill up. The queue isn't quite long enough for this, though, to hold everybody. So again, we're kind of stuck with people walking around, not going to rides because they're all filled up, and also not going to the shops. We got this beautiful shopping plaza here, and nobody's going here. Everybody's just coming right around this corner, going to the Apex. So we need a new ride, is what we need. Actually, we need a couple of new rides. We need a new ride over here to give people something to do. You know, they get here, they're all over here. We also could use a few more shops over here just to get them to spend some of that sweet cashola over here somewhere. But also we need another ride, like a big ride. We've got all this space out here. Look at all that beautiful desert vista. We got a lot of space out here that we need a new ride, and we can start expanding our park in that direction. Let's zoom out a little bit if we possibly can get out of here. Longest ride. No, that's the wrong way. Zoom out a little bit here. So as you can see, we still have a lot of room in this park for aggressive expansion, but we gotta plan it smartly. So I think the first area need is we need a ride here, right here, so that we can start bringing some of these people through this shopping plaza. So at least they've got to pass by these shops, and that'll make them more likely to go in there and more likely to spend some of that cashola, like we said. So, first things first, before we get to all that, let's look at the park management. How did we do last month? Pretty good. The overview is, everybody is super happy. Staff, pretty happy. Most popular attraction, Death Coaster for Kids. I told you that name is bringing them in. 36% of our patrons say this park is great. 30% though say the longest ride is too expensive. That's a problem, right? That seems like a problem. 30%? And last month's profit, well, it's hard to put that into words, last month's profit, because we had that whole snafu where you had to refund everybody their money. But you know what? The people are saying it's too expensive. $25, that is pretty expensive. Let's knock it down. Let's give a discount. Let's knock it down to $22.50. How about that? Bargain prices right there. All right. I might come back to Witch Mountain another time. The queue at Witch Mountain is too long. There's not much we can do about that. Place has great scenery. That's good, 16%. The litter is disgusting. Yeah. I did a little bit of off-camera stuff over here in this part of the section. As I added a whole bunch of new trash cans. And I added a couple of new janitors to walk around as well. So the litter has been cleaned up quite a bit. You can see there's still a bit of a litter there. But for the most part, the park is getting much, much cleaner than it was. We got bins. We got bins for days now. Bins everywhere. Bins. All right. So what's next? Finances. May. Park management, $9,000. That's pretty expensive. Only 1,100 construction costs. That's okay. So our profit was 3,700 last month. That's pretty decent. You look at the month before in April, we lost 1,000. So as long as we're making money, we're happy. This month, it's only what is it? It's only June 11th, so it's not even halfway through the month. We've already made $3,200. So the park is back to profitability, which is the key. Research now. All right. So we finished 3 researches. Let's see what we got here. New discovery, the Canyon Runner coaster. It's not really what I'm looking for, but you know what? It's there just in case we need it. Twist and spin. The Scissor Thrill Ride. That looks weird. It looks like a waffle iron, but we'll see what that's all about. And then the 3-armed classic. Oh, it's the Tri-Storm Thrill Ride. It's like the Tilt-A-Whirl at, Cedar Point. So that's interesting. We might take a look at that. We need some more rides. We need some more attractions just in general. But we can start some new research. New research item. Thrill Ride Soaring High. Why is that marked red? 2 new items. Wooden coaster, the Classic Fright. Okay. So I bought some DLC. There's a new Halloween-themed DLC out there. So we'll look at that in a little bit, but first we got to unlock some of this stuff. So let's build the Fright Coaster, and then we'll build the Thrill Ride, the Classic Thrill Ride. So those could maybe be what we build over here. We could make this like our little Halloween land, because we got our Christmas land over here. We still got like empty space right there we could fill in. Maybe we could put a Halloween land in here if there's not enough stuff, but there's a coaster and there's a ride. So I think like maybe we put a ride at this end and a coaster at this end, and in between we have like Halloween land. That could be all right. That could be thematic. Let's see, is there any other research that we want? We got family ride. Family rides are okay. Thrill ride, don't be afraid of heights. More family ride and eccentric classic. We got a lot of family rides. A twist on coaster technology. I like that. More coasters. Summit and Plubbit Reborn Loop. So we got a lot of new stuff going on here. I'm interested in what this twist on coaster technology is. So we'll build that. We got three projects in the works. That looks all good. Marketing campaign. We quit one of the marketing campaigns just because it was getting too expensive and we were losing a lot of money. So I think now we can start a marketing campaign. So we got the Gulpy video online videos, attracts more families but fewer teenagers. Okay, so maybe we should attract some teenagers with a poster campaign. Low impact, attract more groups of teenagers. We're gonna go small because right now we got a lot of people coming into the park. They're just not in the right spaces right now, so we don't need to get too hot and heavy on the marketing campaign. So that's good. Bring in some families, bring in some teenagers, I guess. Anyway, we'll look at staff next. I was gonna say we'll look at guests next, but staff is next on the list. So here we go. All right, workload. We got low workload, high training level, but the happiness is high. So that's fine. Who do we got here? Derek John. He's got a normal workload. He's a little bit upset. We could give him a tiny pay raise. 150, see if that helps him out. We don't want to lose our janitors at this point because, you know, they're very important. Actually, we could train the janitor. Get trained. We could train this janitor too. You know, I just want some more performance out of these guys. Now here's a new thing. It just popped up recently. I don't know which update it came from, but security officers. We got little security guys walking around because we're starting to have complaints from guests saying they're getting pickpocketed and stuff. So there's some new mechanics we got to work on. I haven't looked very much into it, but you need these officers around so people can report crimes to them. But we also need to build like a base for these guys, a security office, I guess, and we need to build what else? Security cameras so that they can identify suspects and stuff like that. So basically, we got to look at the reports, see where all the crime is happening, and put some cameras around so that the officers can, catch the criminals. Because what happens is not only does it when they get pickpocketed and stuff like that, not only do there's also some vandalism that can happen. We haven't seen that yet, but they can vandalize stuff and you have to fix it. But the other thing it does is it takes money away from your patrons, so that they have less money in their pocket to spend because their money's getting stolen by these hoodlums. So, yeah, that's an interesting new mechanic. Haven't done much with it. We got a mechanic. I haven't trained up any of my mechanics, and maybe that could. Do I have only one mechanic? No, I got 3 mechanics. All right, so I've got some high-level mechanics. Workload is low for these guys, so that's fine. That's fine. Let's see, who else? Maynard Salinas, low workload, but he's doing fine. Then we got all of our vendors. Look at all of our vendors with the low workload. These guys are out of luck. Like Samantha Nelson, low workload, low happiness, high training level. I should see if another park is hiring. My pay is fair. So basically, there's just not a lot of work for her. And so a lot of our vendors are seeing that. So the question is, should I get rid of these vendors? Just let them go out on their own naturally, I suppose, is what we should do. But I've reopened a few stores, especially some in this little plaza here, just because I'm going to start working towards getting these guys some business. Hopefully they get some business. Look at all these people. They are walking around. They've all got balloons, which I guess is good. Insanity 1 looks amazing. I don't have the cash to go on huge disappointment. Do we have an ATM machine anywhere around here? We should probably drop an ATM machine somewhere around here. Because usually that's what happens, when they're all out of money, you plop down an ATM machine and there's a chance that they'll just dip into their bank and go get some more money. So maybe we'll put an ATM machine across the street here. See what's up with that. Let's see. How about you? Longest ride costs more than it should. Queuing for Megatron's little brother was fast. So other than that, you're happy. See, look at this guy. He needs energy. He needs food. He needs drinks. Why isn't he going here? There's food. You know, there's a Cosmic Cow. There's a Chief Beef. There's a Hot Dog Squad. Like, get up there, buddy. What are you doing? Looks like the streak was full. Couldn't even line up for the Apex flyby. So, you know, our prestige rides are too full. So that's why we need to add some more rides. Because, yeah, the Apex flyby, the queue is just too small. Not much I can do about that either. But it is a quick ride. And people get on and off, you know, pretty easily. So they get on over there, they get off over here, and then, you know, we can, like, into our new park over here, when we build it, we can, like, connect it to this side of the park so that there's a full loop going on, and people will be more likely, hopefully, to pass through. All right. So we've done a little bit of market research, done a little bit of polling of the customers. Let's see. Is there anything else we got to look at? Oh, yeah, guests. We're going to look at guests. So, the adults, they are super happy. They got energy. They got happiness. They're fine. The teenagers, though, they're hungry and thirsty, but they're not going to... I don't get it. We got a ton of these places. Like, look at this Cosmic Cow. It's got nobody in line. Chief Beef, nobody in line. Hot Dog Squad, nobody in line. Where's this guy going? Aren't there any benches at all here? Okay, we can add some benches. Yeah, there are no benches. What's up with that? Forgot to add benches to this little... Maybe that's why nobody's coming here, because there's no benches. I don't know. This is how you start to think as an entrepreneur. You start wondering, like, why are people not showing up? I don't like this lamp position. I'm going to move this. I'm going to move this. Get out of here, lamp. Go there. We don't want you in the middle of the sidewalk. All right. So ATM, benches... You have any other hot tips? There's no room to queue for Looney Balloons 31. What? Okay. Why do you care? It's wait. Look at Looney Balloons 31. It's made $1,100 last month. Nice. Okay, where were you at? You were over here. There's a Looney Balloons right there. Is that where you're going? Does it say where you're going? Wait, where are you going? This park is great. I couldn't even line up for the witchy twirl. I want to go in the bumper cars. Wow, is that real? All right. Just information. Left hand empty, right hand empty. Head sci-fi helmet. Rides visited. Death coaster for kids twice. Teacups and whirly rig. So we are having a lot of families show up. So we need some more family rides, I guess. Thoughts. Overview. Need some food and drink. Total cash spent $310. Look at that. $148 on rides, $48 on food. So they are spending money on food. Group information. Dong Greenwood, Greg Greenwood. German Greenwood has disappeared. I guess Christy Greenwood could eject the group. Nausea preference, medium. Fear preference, low. Group type, family. Time in park, 1 hour, 12 minutes. All right, so hopefully they're going to Looney Balloons and get this child, this deprived, poor child, German Greenwood. Okay, so there's Christy and German. All right. Anyway, let's get these children some balloons before they, I don't know, starve to death. However that works. I don't know how children work. All right, let's go. There's nothing else left really in park management. Oh, there's security management. This is the new thing. So, vandals apprehended, 0. Innocent guest groups ejected, all time 0. So I haven't ejected anybody. I guess maybe like the the officers will start to like identify suspects and we can kick them out or something. Anyway, there's been 14 pickpockets, 16 pickpockets all time. Pickpockets chased 3, pickpockets apprehended 0. So we don't have a great arrest record at the moment. We have no security cameras. That will help them out. Crime statistics. So here's the vandalism stuff. We've had no vandalism, so that's good. So we haven't had to replace any of our bins or benches. And we're looking good. All right. So we're going to start the timer here and roll to the end of the month and see what we can do in 1 month's time. So, first thing, I got to remember how to play this game. Shops and facilities. Food, drink, gift, restroom, ATMs is what we want. No, this isn't it. This isn't what we want. There it is, shops and facilities. We just want your basic ATM, right? We don't necessarily need fairy tales or carnivals. We just need a Planet Coaster ATM. That seems like a good spot for it. Right there. All right, and then we'll get to a couple of little benches. Get some scenery going on. Custom path extras. We just need your basic park bench. So there we go. Let's get some benches. Give these people someplace to sit. For goodness sake, what are we, barbarians? Gotta walk around. Theme park. Fantasyland with no place to sit down. Monstrous. I could be brought up on war crimes for this. Alright, so we got benches. Let's put a bench over here by the waterfall. That's nice. People like to sit by the waterfall. Maybe the benches will start to bring people in. You can see, oh, they got their loony balloons. There they are. Is this the German family? Oh, we just placed a bench there. Get out of here, bench. Are these the Germans? No, the cons. Nope. There's just a random group of people. Where did they go? We lost sight of the Germans. Mary Briscoe County. But now look at Looney Balloons is now popping off. We got benches, people sitting on the benches. All right. Ford family's going to get some Looney Balloons. So this is promising. Now we need to start working on our pathways. Let's see. We're going to go the full 10 meters here. Get a big old path. Start the path that way. Not going to start too far that way just yet. Fantasy Flipper has been fixed. All right, that's good. So we got a little rotunda there. Then guess we'll break it off this direction a little bit. There we go. So we got a little plaza there. You know, people can walk around, and then there'll be a ride over here. Maybe even 2. We could maybe even fit 2 rides over here. You know, there'll be some more scenery here. That seems like good. Put, you know, more scenery here, benches and stuff. Maybe a bathroom, who knows. Go crazy. We also got room on this side. We can put some more stuff. And then we'll, you know, move it out. Now, I assume we're going to put our ride here. So we're going to need a lot of space out here. But I don't quite know just yet how much. So we're not going to go too far. We're just going to get our double pathways, patented double pathways. And then, of course, what would the pathways be without lampposts and benches and bins and all that stuff? So let's see, do we have it in the recent? Yeah, it should be in the recent. Are we going to stick with the modern theme? We got the modern lights over here. So we'll stick with the modern lights. Although the modern lights, like, they have a specific direction. I don't know. Got to change these around a little bit. We'll face all the southern facing. Is this south? I don't know. Time and space have no meaning when you're in a theme park. Get placed, son. Get placed. All right. Let's see. I think that's all the southern facing ones that we need. Maybe one over here. All right. So now, how do we change these around? Z. Z is how we change these around. All right. So now we got some western facing. Is that how we're calling this? We're just picking random directions. So we'll have I don't know if I like these as much. They're kind of like spotlights. Did I make a huge mistake here? How about the iron square posts? They got this yellow light. Yeah, they're not quite as cool. So we will go with the modern lights. It's just, I don't know. Aesthetics. We're working on aesthetics here, right? Place one there. Then we got, we're going to have a whole row of them over here. This is good. Spending $5 a piece to put the lamp down. Oops, I kind of misplaced that one, but it's not the worst thing. I don't know what's going to go over here, so we're not going to put any lamps there just yet. Put one there. We're not going to get too crazy. Then let's see, we got our northern facing ones. Put one there. Just going to put one there, but I guess not. No need to put one down there just yet. All right, that's enough. That's enough for that. Bins, though. Gotta put down the bins, or the heathens will toss garbage willy-nilly, hither and yon. Just sort of bins next to posts, benches next to bins. That's how it works. It's the philosophy that we use here at Zebu's Nightmare Children's Park. Yeah. All right. Now we need a couple of benches. We're not gonna get crazy with the benches, but apparently we forget our benches, so we gotta make note. Get placed. All right. Nope. These benches are being fiddly here, finicky. All right, so that should be enough benches to like seat the whole Philadelphia 76ers. All right. We're getting late in the month. We haven't done much interesting. And in fact, it is now July 1st, and we did practically nothing. But look at that cash. $17,000. We got plenty of room now. End of month summary. Let's view the summary. Park status open. That's very good. Cash flow negative 21. Oh, let's look at June. $13,000 profit. So as you can see, the changes that I made just really increased the profitability. Now we can start to take off with this park. Park management was $12,000. That was quite a bit, but we're still looking pretty good. Rides and tickets $20,000. Shops and facilities $5,000. That's all right. Research. We're not there with the research yet. Marketing is, it's going okay, I guess. Staff. No, we didn't have any staff revolts. I didn't notice anybody quitting. We got a couple of people who are on the verge, though. These guys, for the workload they got, they're too highly trained, too highly paid. Good riddance, as far as I'm concerned. We're still killing it with the adults, and the families are pretty good. 35%. You know, they're spending lots of money. The teenage demographic is not doing so hot. They're still hungry and thirsty. They can't get rid of this hunger and thirst from these wild children. Attractions and shops. The Fantasy Flipper did not do well. Venetian Carousel, Teacups also losers, but no real big losers. Nobody losing like thousands of dollars. See, the Death Coaster for kids made $5,000. Crazy. We need to put another kids coaster out there. The Longest Ride, of course, made $5,000. Witch Mountain only made 900. What are people saying about Witch Mountain? Overview. 30% might come back to Witch Mountain. So it's just so many people want to ride it. But why is it only making $900 a month? Finances. Potential monthly income $3,000. Monthly running costs $1,300. Potential monthly profit is $2,000. So we've got some profit to be made there. It's just hasn't been made. What's up with that? Overview, how are we looking? 100% scenery. Q, it better be. Look at all this like witchy stuff we got going on here. So I think the big problem with the Witch Mountain is the queuing. So I think that's why we need to put another ride over here to give people something else to do. All right. So we'll figure that out. We got a lot of cash for the next episode. So we'll figure all this out in the next episode. We'll build something cool on that side of the park, build something cool on this side of the park, and then all of our dreams will come true. All right. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.